What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? No, y'all said, well, he doing a lot today, ain't he? He back on. Look, he gave us more than one today. How y'all doing, man? LTG, Makanda World. Learn, think, and grow. Shit, I could have turned down that goddamn street. Shit. Learn, think, and grow. Learn, think, and grow. I'm up here trying to drive and not hit one way and shit. That ain't even know I can turn right though. Learn, think, and grow. But what we finna talk about today, y'all, on this one right here, it's good. We are living in a spiritual, crafty, spelled world. You know, like Harry Potter. Yeah, I used to think that was just a joke, just a movie. No, we really live in a world like that, like for real. Y'all just, the people who ain't on that level just don't know it, if that makes any sense. But the world is spiritual in my eyes. The whole world is spiritual. Like, you have a side, like that's where the red and the blue pill come in. Either you know or you don't know. You know what I'm saying? But the world is spiritual, and we're living in a spiritual world. Like, other people see what they see because that's the world and the mentality that they have. But if you, whatever realm you're in, that's what's going to show, that's what's going to present itself. But we're in a very spiritual world. And it's like I say, it's like Harry Potter, like, for real. Like, some people, everybody in the world who know about this is not high vibrational. Can I say that again? Everybody that knows about the spiritual side and you know, spells and do spell work and all this stuff like this, which there's nothing wrong with it if it's positive. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. If you're doing it to bring more money into your life, or to bring a real true love in your life, or whatever, it's nothing wrong with that. But when you get to doing it for the wrong reasons and the negative reasons, then, you know, and the intentions are wrong, then that's when you know, it becomes a problem. It becomes chaotic in your life, and you're seeing a lot of stuff that you're like, man, why this happen? Why this happen? Why this happen? Even if you really don't know what you're doing, you know, because like everybody casts spells every day, and we don't know it. Like, everything we say out our mouth pretty much is a spell, like spell work. You're just not around candles and all this and doing all this, but everything we say every day is spell work. That's why they say you stay positive and watch what you say, and, you know, don't speak bad on you or nobody else, because everything you say is basically spell work. So if that's the case, it's a spiritual world. If anything and everything I say, it could cast a spell on me or somebody else, then this is a spiritual world. That Harry Potter shit is real. Like, for real. Like, real talk. Everybody just don't know, you know, the levels, and know about it, and know, you know, once you learn about it in different levels, you know, they just don't know about it. They're not aware, you know. But once you become aware and you start, you know, it's another level. But the whole world is spiritual, like, for real. And there's a whole bunch of levels to this, you know. And in the spiritual world, once you level up, you'll recognize, you know. But, I mean, just my point in all this is be careful what you say, you know. Be careful what you do. I know it sounds like some parenting, but, I mean, regardless if you know it's spiritual or not, you still gonna it's like you in it and you don't know you in it. You see what I'm saying? So whether you say good or bad, or do good or do bad, it's gonna reflect on your life. You're gonna see it inside of your life in your everyday living. So it makes sense to pay attention to what you say and what you do. because it's gonna reflect in your life. Folk be like, oh man, that's just coincidence. And nah, ain't nothing no coincidence. This ain't happen for no reason, or this ain't, ain't nothing no coincidence. So you gotta look back and like, what am I doing wrong? Like, look at your life. What are you doing wrong? So if you don't look at it in that aspect or that way of thinking, I mean, I don't know, maybe you keep repeating a cycle, that you keep going through shit and you don't know why. You hadn't come out that cycle. You hadn't passed these tests. I got a lot of videos about tests and a lot of stuff. You just have to go through it. But you hadn't passed that test. You're still repeating the cycle. So you just gotta, pay attention to what we say, what we do. Because this is a spiritual world. Regardless if you know it or not. It's a spiritual world. Yeah. And I don't want to say, nothing to scare anybody or anything, but it's a spiritual war, so going on. So I ain't talking about worldly. I'm talking about it's a spiritual war going on. So, you just have to be mindful and like I say, it's all about paying attention and staying within that humble space. Like I just spoke on the other video, once you get in that humble space and you paying attention and you're not just in this in this worldly mindset, you're in a spiritual mindset. Now you're looking at things spiritually. You're not jumping at everything you feel like you could have or like I spoke in the other video. But it's all about what we do, what we say, and all that too. You gotta watch what we do, what we say. I mean, like I say, it's spells that we create, sometime on ourselves, on other people. I mean, and depending on the level they are in. Like, you can say stuff about other people and it don't affect them because they're high up in rank, in the spiritual rank. They up there, so they're very protected and guarded and all that. So it's a lot some people you can say stuff about and it don't affect them, but some people you can't. You say something about them and it affects them because they're not in tune, they're not aligned, they don't know about this, so yeah, like, and you're accountable for everything you do. So you want to keep a clean slate and live a good life without all the bull and the drama and the karmic energy and all these so-called stuff that's just happening wrong in your life that you don't know why. You're not moving in grace and in favor. You know what I'm saying? You got the way of thinking and your mentality and how you live in your life. Once you change that, you're on a grace. You begin to think differently. You begin to, watch what you do, watch what you say, analyze situations, analyze relationships, analyze anything, before you do it. So, it is what it is, and the more we learn, the more we think, the more we grow. Alright. Learn, think, and grow. LTG, my kind of world. I'm finna go get this stuff off my face. I'm still dropping videos all day. Every time it hit me, I'm dropping. But, yeah, this is a spiritual world we're living in. I mean, most folks say the Matrix. Because you in the Matrix. That's why you say it's the Matrix, because you in it. But once it's something else to you, you don't see the Matrix. You see something differently. So, you see, but you don't see. Just like, like y'all, people who don't know about it, they in it and don't know they in it and still reaping whatever, whether it's good or bad. And they don't even know they in it. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. Yeah, it's a very spiritual world. Harry Potter, so to speak. Not necessarily, flying on all that, but it's real. I ain't gonna say that can't happen. Yeah, it's real. The power is real. So, don't think like, Harry Potter, they were doing this here, but don't think it can't happen. You just don't see it because you ain't on that level. You can't see nothing that it gonna run right past you. So, but keep that in mind, people. Learn, think, and grow every day, all day. One kind of world. Love, peace, and happiness. Alright. Love, peace, and hair grease. To the ones who need to pop, pop, pop. Just talking mess. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just talking mess. But have a great day. I'll come back with another one in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Get at your shower leg. Alright. LTG. Learn, think, and grow.